Hello, and welcome back to Iraqi Dinar, your #1 source for the latest developments, breaking updates, and deep analysis on everything happening in Iraq's financial world. And today, family, this one feels different. This is not just another news drop or speculation headline. This is the big one. The headline lighting up the entire Dinar community right now reads, "Confirmed, HCL Law passed. New Dinar rate is now locked and loaded." That's right. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, and it's finally here. For years, we've talked about the when, the if, and the how. But today, we are talking about the now. The hydrocarbon law, the HCL, has officially moved from dream to reality, and this single event changes everything. For so long, it was the one domino that refused to fall. The padlock on Iraq's new economy. And now, based on the evidence and confirmations coming in, that lock has been turned. This is the definition of game over for the old system, for the delays, for the excuses. The gears of Iraq's economic rebirth are finally in motion, and we're going to break down exactly what that means for the dinar and for you. Now, we have to give credit where it's due. Our community leader and respected Intel voice, Frank 26, has been absolutely on point with his analysis. He's said it countless times, and it's proving true right before our eyes. Frank said, "The moment you see the HCL, nanoseconds later, you'll see the new exchange rate, because that's the only reason you're seeing the HCL. Let that sink in. Not days later, not weeks, nanoseconds. That tells you the rate wasn't waiting for a future decision. It was already calculated, pre-approved, and locked in. The HCL is simply the trigger. The green light that activates what was ready all along." So let's unpack that, because this is the real story. The HCL isn't just another law. It's the final accounting mechanism, the missing formula that allows Iraq to legally and transparently use its oil and gas wealth to back its national currency. For years, that wealth was in limbo, a tug-of-war between Baghdad and the Kurdistan region. Without legal clarity, Iraq couldn't present its full balance sheet to the international community. It was like a billionaire locked out of his own bank account. The HCL just unlocked that vault. With this law now officially in place, the Central Bank of Iraq can legally and mathematically back the dinar with Iraq's proven oil reserves. The new rate isn't a guess. It's a number that's already been calculated from this wealth. It's the mathematical outcome of dividing total asset value by the monetary supply. That equation has existed for years. What was missing was the legal foundation. Now that foundation has been poured, cured, and signed into law. For those new to the conversation, the hydrocarbon law, or HCL, was first drafted way back in 2007. Its goal was simple but crucial: to create a unified framework for managing Iraq's oil and gas revenues and ensure every region got its fair share. Oil is Iraq's lifeblood. But for nearly 2 decades, disputes over who controlled those revenues caused deep division between Baghdad and the Kurdistan Regional Government, or KRG. That division froze Iraq's economic potential and scared off global investors. The HCL gridlock became the single biggest obstacle to Iraq's financial independence. It wasn't just about oil. It was about sovereignty, about unity, and about the ability to show the world that Iraq was ready to operate as one nation, under one economic system. Baghdad wanted centralized control. Kurdistan wanted autonomy. And the world waited, while the dinar stayed suppressed at a rate that didn't reflect the country's true wealth. But now, that stalemate has been shattered. The turning point came not as one massive standalone HCL bill, but through something much smarter. Earlier this year, in 2025, Iraq's parliament passed crucial amendments to its 3-year federal budget. Hidden within those amendments were the exact legal mechanisms of the HCL. Specifically, provisions under Article 12 solved the revenue-sharing puzzle once and for all. These amendments did 3 critical things. They established a binding framework for oil exports from Kurdistan, ensured guaranteed payments to oil companies, and required that all oil from every region flow through the federal marketing body, SOMO. That one action unified the entire system. No more side deals, no more disputes, no more legal uncertainty. The budget became the HCL, embedded, active, and irreversible. And that's where the brilliance lies. By weaving the HCL principles directly into the must-pass budget law, Prime Minister al-Sudani's government sidestepped 18 years of political deadlock. This was a masterstroke. It forced unity, ensured compliance, and gave Iraq's economy the stable revenue stream international institutions have demanded for years. This isn't speculation, and it's legislative fact. And that's why this moment is so historic. When Frank 26 said, "Once you see the HCL, the rate is nanoseconds away," this is what he meant. The rate doesn't follow the law. It's embedded within it. The HCL's passage activates the equation that's been ready to go. The rate was the goal. The HCL was the key. The moment the key turns, the vault opens. That's exactly where we are right now. It's also important to note that this move didn't happen in isolation. The international community, from the IMF to the World Bank to the U.S. Treasury, has been deeply involved in guiding Iraq toward this moment. They've provided technical support, financial audits, and policy advice every step of the way. This is Iraq's graduation moment, a signal to the world that it's ready to step out of program rates and take its place as a stable asset-backed economy. So the question everyone's asking now, what's next? What happens after the HCL? The answer, all eyes are now on the Central Bank of Iraq. The CBI has been preparing for this day quietly for over a year. They've strengthened their gold reserves, cracked down on corruption, modernized their banking systems, and trained the commercial banks for a restructured monetary environment. Everything is ready for activation. This is no longer about if, it's not even about when. We are now at the what-hour stage. The legislative groundwork is done. The government has executed its plan. And now, the final move rests with the central bank. That's why the term game over is so fitting. The waiting game is finished. The new economic chapter begins now. That old program rate of 1310 dinars per dollar, that was a rate of gridlock, of division, of unrealized potential. The new rate, the one that's locked and loaded, represents the Iraq of today, unified, resource-rich, and sovereign. This is the revaluation moment we've been anticipating, where Iraq's currency finally matches its true economic strength. It's also the beginning of the end for the deletion of zeros. The new rate means real purchasing power for the Iraqi people. It's the mechanism through which decades of promised prosperity finally start to flow down to citizens. This is the bridge between the old Iraq and the new Iraq, and right now we're seeing the first traffic cross that bridge. These budget amendments, which functionally are the HCL, mark the point of no return. This isn't rumor or internet chatter. This is law passed by Parliament, signed by the President, and executed by the government. It can't be undone. This is the trigger moment we've all identified for years. The legislative event that flips the switch from preparation to implementation. That's why the phrase game over resonates so perfectly. The old game of political infighting and stalling tactics has ended. A new game, one of economic expansion, global integration, and national pride, has begun. The foundation for the new Iraqi dinar isn't just laid, it's setting, it's strengthening, and the structure above it is already being built. Frank 26 said it best. The Iraqi dinar is the linchpin everyone's waiting for. And he was absolutely right. The HCL was the mechanism to activate that linchpin. Now that it's in place, every other economic gear, domestic projects, international partnerships, and investment initiatives can begin to turn freely. This is the release moment. The economy is being unshackled in real time, and family, what a moment this is to witness. After so many years of patience, research, and hope, it's finally happening. This is the culmination of everything we've tracked and analyzed together. The logic held, the evidence aligned, and the event has arrived. The rate, already calculated and locked, has now been given its green light. The cause has triggered the effect. So stay alert. Don't blink. The next moves from the CBI could come fast. We'll be here every step of the way to cover it all as this story unfolds. This is truly historic. The HCL is done. The rate is ready. The wait is over. Thank you for tuning in to Iraqi Dinar. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe because updates are coming in real time. Stay informed, stay encouraged, and stay ready because the new chapter of Iraq's financial future has officially begun.